Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. This is a reaction to every pizza style we could find in the United States. So we've done hot dogs, we've done burgers, hamburgers, we've also done barbecue, which that was much longer, a much longer time ago. But we've done all three of those different things from this channel. And now we're on pizza styles. Now obviously you've got like Detroit style pizza, Chicago style, New York, like I think they're really the ones that I know. So there's a lot more to it than just that, but they're the sort of the big three that I guess you could say, the big three, I don't know. But we're going to check this out and see, hopefully going to enjoy. And yeah, let's just see what other sort of pizza styles you have throughout the US, because there's only so much you can do with pizza, right? I guess you have like Hawaiian pizza, or Hawaiian style, is it called Hawaiian style pizza? With pineapple and ham. Yeah, I'm sorry, but nah, that's not for me, I'll be real. I mean, I'm allergic to pineapple as well, so that probably doesn't help, but pineapple on pizza doesn't run for me personally, but some people love it. It's actually one of the most popular pizza styles, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, we're going to jump into this and see what other pizza styles there are and where they are.
As the saying goes, pizza is like sex. Even when it's bad, it's still pretty good. What's not to love about a chewy crust, zesty sauce, gooey cheese, and a mind-boggling array of potential toppings? The beauty of pizza is that it can be made in an infinite number of ways. Today on Weird History Food, we're looking at most every style of pizza made in the United States. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to the Weird History Food channel.
This channel is great, by the way.
And let us know what other food-related topics you would like to hear about. Okay, time to deliver all kinds of delicious pizza pies in 20 minutes or less, guaranteed.
New York.
New York and pizza go together like the birds and the bees, and bagels and cream cheese. Not surprising then that the Big Apple has its own brand of pie. Tracing back to the recipes that immigrants from Naples brought with them across the Atlantic, New York-style pizza has evolved into its own thing. It's cheesier than its Neapolitan ancestor, and a bit bigger. The wide triangular slices, which any true New Yorker would fold lengthwise to eat, are cut from a thin crust pie about 18 inches in diameter, the perfect size for a pizza wrap.
That wrap's fucking going all out.
Overshadowed by its thin crust cousin,
Grandma pie?
Grandma style.
Oh, Grandma style. This is Grandma pie.
Is New York's best kept pizza secret. Named for all the nonnas who express their amore in the kitchen, Grandma pie has roots in the old country.
Oh, it is Grandma pie.
Like Sicilian pizza, Grandma pies boast a thick crust and are baked in rectangles. But unlike its Sicilian ancestor, the Grandma style dough is proofed for a shorter time, producing a heartier base. Toppings are often simple. Just cheese, fresh tomato sauce, maybe some herbs, and that's it. No pineapple on this pie. Despite its roots in Sicily, Nonna's invention is relatively recent. Long Island pizza makers began producing grandma pies in the 1960s or 70s, although the pizza only started appearing on menus within the last 2 decades.
Oh, so we're still sticking in New York. Okay, so we're getting multiple different styles within the same place. I love that.
Chicago-style pizza, and many people imagine deep dish.
I think it is. Oh no, we're in Chicago now. Okay.
Residents of the Windy City will correct the record.
What's the difference? Come on, spit it out.
Deep dish is for tourists.
I just gotta say, whoever's getting this slice of pizza here, you're not a happy bunny. This one here, this one here, this one here, and this one here. I mean, this one's got a bit of stuff on it. You're not a happy bunny, man. I mean, I actually love pizza crust. Some people don't really. I don't know how common it is, but from my experience, some people basically just don't like the crust that much. I mean, it is just extra carbs, but when you're having a pizza, bro, you gotta eat all of it, man. I love the crust when it comes to pizza, but yeah, I think even maybe that's just a British thing. Maybe people in America always eat the crusts. I don't know.
We'll correct the record.
What's the difference? Come on, spit it out.
Deep dish is for tourists. Real Chicagoans eat tavern-style pizza, a thin and crispy crust pie cut into squares. The small, uniform slices make for a very social pie. They're easily held by hand, ideal for parties and events, and for eating at the bar while watching the Bears have another losing season.
The Chicago way.
Buffalo style.
Most people associate Buffalo, New York with its namesake hot wings, but the city has another culinary curiosity, Buffalo-style pizza. As Arthur Bovino described it in the Daily Beast, the dough has the lightness of focaccia. There's always lots of cheese, and while the sauce does happen to be slightly sweet, that ends up being a nice contrast to the spicy oil pooled in the copious charred, meaty pepperoni. That sounds delectable. and messy.
My nose is so itchy, man.
Delectable messiness. Buffalo pizza also lacks the typical crusty rim. The sauce, cheese, and pepperoni extend to the edge of the pie, so bring extra napkins.
New Haven pizza.
New York City may be the self-proclaimed capital of pizza in the U.S., but its neighbor up the eastern seaboard has its own loyal base of pie hounds. In New Haven, Connecticut, locals and Yale University students alike line up for the celebrated Beats, a New Haven original. As pizza historian Liz Barrett described it, one of the hallmarks of a Beats is its birth in a coal oven. But that's not the only thing that defines a New Haven-style pizza. Some of the characteristics that many New Haven-style pies seem to have in common are what locals call a flat, not thin, and tender crust, which is a result of the proofing process, and the use of all-purpose flour, sauce that is never pre-cooked, the use of pecorino romano cheese instead of mozzarella, and the use of breadcrumbs beneath the dough during baking instead of cornmeal.
Sensational. White clam pie. I mean, it's obviously pizza. This is going to be like somewhere in New England, right?
The white clam pie originated at Frank Pepe Pizzeria Napolitana sometime in the 1950s. But now you can find examples in nearly every pizzeria in New Haven. According to Barrett,
New
this
Haven.
bivalve studded pie is a direct descendant of a New Haven-style pizza. In its purest form, the white clam pie is topped with fresh shucked clams, olive oil.
That does not look appetizing to me, I'll be honest. I mean, the closest to this I've had is probably tuna on pizza. And that wasn't actually that bad. I actually liked it. But I don't know about this.
Grated pecorino romano cheese, oregano, and garlic.
It's
Some
probably
use
great,
fresh clams,
to be honest.
some can. Each preparation has its set of enthusiasts, depending on the severity of your hangover.
Detroit style, we know this
Pizza
one.
lovers in Detroit rev their engines for the distinctive Detroit-style pizza. A twist on the
Crispy
classic
sides.
grandma pie, it's baked at a higher temperature than Nona's pizza, and is cut into rectangles, like the pizza we used to get at school. It also differs from other pizzas in its cheese. A true Detroit-style pizza uses Wisconsin brick cheese, not mozzarella. To trace the origins of Detroit-style pizza, look no further than Buddy's, which has operated as a restaurant since 1946. Although it started in Motor City, Detroit-style pizza has gained a national following. Restaurants serving it have sprung up in noted pizza towns like New York and Chicago.
Damn. Bar pizza. It's a thin pizza.
Pizza is a popular snack option at bars nationwide.
You know what? This is probably some of the best pizzas as well. I mean, I'll be honest. I just love a thin cut.
Nothing mops up alcohol like a slab of dough and cheese. But not every pie consumed in a bar is technically bar-style pizza. Proper bar style starts with a thin, crispy crust with a touch of pliability, and is generally personal size, around 10 to 12 inches. Although technically, any pizza is personal sized if you're not a coward. Instead of a generous, crusty rim, in this variation, the sauce and cheese extend nearly to the edge of the pie. So again, napkins are advised. Many regions claim to have created the bar pizza, but the style's true origins remain a mystery.
Damn. Jumbo slice.
Sometimes a name says it all. That's true of Washington, D.C.'s
Big,
signature
no?
pizza,
Yeah.
the so-called jumbo slice. It's not a misnomer. A jumbo slice can range in length from roughly a foot to about 16 inches. The slices are so big that they are traditionally served in oversized containers for those nights when you just need to eat as much pizza as you can legally buy. Come on, we've all been there.
See, this seems like an absolute pain in the ass to eat. Deep dish.
You want to fight about pizza? Bring up deep dish.
That is such a good scene. How has he perfected that? I wonder how many times he had to do that to make sure it landed like that.
You want to fight about pizza? Bring up
How has he done that? I do wonder how long that would have taken.
deep dish. Standing and imposing 2 to 3 inches tall, deep dish is more reminiscent of a conventional dessert pie than almost any other pizza. Cheese, toppings, and tomato sauce are nestled within and atop a buttery crust. And it's all baked longer than a typical pizza, usually close to an hour. Because it bakes for so long, the tomato sauce typically goes on top so the cheese and toppings don't burn. Deep dish pizza has a long history in Chicago. Pizzeria Uno, which Chicagoans Ike Sewell and Rick Ricardo opened in 1943, claims to be the originator. Over the decades, this thick pie has been ridiculed as much as it has been embraced. British New Yorker Jon Stewart ranted that Chicago deep dish was nothing more than a casserole. Even Chicagoans have voiced skepticism. Barack Obama observed, "No offense, Chicago, I love our pizza. New York's a little more practical. Chicago deep dish is basically, you have to sit down and eat it like lasagna." So basically the biggest complaint about deep dish pizza is you can't hork it down in 3 bites.
Yeah, bro, I'll be honest. Eating this like that would be a mess.
Which is admittedly a fair critique of pizza.
St. Louis style.
St. Louis is known for its famous arch and gooey butter cake. It also has its own pizza, like tavern style and many bar style pies. St.
Mate, I love it. Again, it's just thin cuts. I don't know what it is about this sort of pizza that I just love.
Louis pizza consists of a thin crust cut into squares. But here's where it differs. Baked at high temperatures, its crust is cracker thin. Plus, it features Provel cheese, a processed cheese that's become a favorite in the city. It kind of sounds like a family-sized bagel bite, which is to say, delicious.
California
These days,
style.
people put unconventional toppings on pizza when they want to show off their creativity
Wow.
or go viral. But there was a time not long ago when putting things like chèvre, arugula, fried chicken, or artichoke heart
I thought that was pesto. I tell you what, pesto on pizza absolutely slaps.
were considered ghastly. That's until the 1980s, when California cuisine, known for highlighting farm-fresh local ingredients, was born in restaurants like Chez Panisse and Spago. Restaurateurs like Alice Waters and Wolfgang Puck put wood-fired pizzas on their menus featuring fresh, local ingredients. Puck especially raised eyebrows with toppings like smoked salmon and caviar, or Sonoma lamb with braised greens and rosemary.
Nah.
Because
That's not going to be as good, I'm
there
sorry.
is nothing different or unusual about California pizza's crust, shape, or cut. These days, we just call it pizza, with fancy toppings. Old Forge, Pennsylvania may be a small town of roughly 8,000 people in the northeastern corner of the state, but it has its own distinct style of pizza. The
Uncooked
original
pizza?
Old Forge
It looks a bit like sort of canteen, like high school canteen sort of pizza.
corner of the state, but it has its own
This looks very basic.
distinct style of pizza. The original Old Forge pizza was cooked up in the 1920s at a local tavern owned by the Guijarelli family. The pie is baked on a tray to produce a thick crust with a crispy exterior and soft interior. A red pizza uses a sweet, chunky tomato sauce, while a white pizza features cheese and toppings inside. You mean the whole pizza is a stuffed crust? Oh yeah, they've got to figure it out in Old Forge. So
Oh,
much
wow.
so that many of the town's pizzerias make pizza the same way.
Cuban style.
Most people have heard of Cuban sandwiches and Cuban coffee, but Cuban-style pizza probably isn't as familiar.
Am I hallucinating here? Just what in the hell do you think you're doing?
Learning about Cuba, having some food.
It turns out this fresh take on the classic is as delicious as it is different. What makes it so unique? The addition of Gouda to its cheese blend. Proving
Gouda?
once again that adding more cheese is always a Gouda idea.
What?
This pizza style can be found in Miami, Florida, home of a robust Cuban-American community, where restaurants like Ray Pizza and Pa Comer have been serving up slices for years. Youngstown, Ohio, located in the northeastern part of the Buckeye State, was a steel hotspot in the late 19th and early 20th centuries. It flourished thanks to in part a workforce composed largely of immigrants, including Italians. The Italians who flocked to the city's Briar Hill neighborhood brought along their language, culture, and recipes. And since you've been watching the video for this long, you know recipes means pizza. The new residents drew upon pizza from Italy's Basilicata region to create Briar Hill-style pies in Youngstown. Not too thick and not too thin, the pizza has a crunchy crust and uses Romano cheese. But the secret is in its Sunday sauce, a tomato-based concoction that is both sweet and tangy. The Briar Hill-style pie became popular in the 1940s and continues to be served in some city restaurants. Y-Town is my town.
Ohio
Staying in
Valley
Northeast
pizza.
Ohio, about 40 miles west of Pittsburgh, is Steubenville, Ohio, home of Ohio Valley Pizza. What makes it so unique? When a pie goes into the oven, it is just the dough, tomato sauce, and a dusting of cheese. Then an extra layer of cold cheese and toppings is added after the bake, creating a tantalizing blend of hot and cold flavors. It sounds like a pizza a drunk person made by accident, but Ohio Valley pizzas have been a local favorite
Wait, so
since
did they even cook the pepperoni?
1945, when the DiCarlo family started a
Damn.
pizzeria in Steubenville and debuted their unique pie.
Down to try it, man.
One more for the Ohio. Believe it or not, Dayton, Ohio is home to its own style of pizza. Thin crust and square cut, Dayton-style pies have been
beef mince
served
on the
since the
pizza?
1950s, when Vic Cassano opened the pizzeria that bears his last name. Other pizza makers who had connections to Cassano soon joined the game and opened their own joints. Ron Holp of Ron's Pizza is credited with starting Dayton's Pizza Wars. Marion Glass, another Cassano-connected pizza maker, upped the ante by adding a dining room to his restaurant, Marion's Pizza. Luckily, the best thing about a pizza war is that the customer never loses. It just means more pizza.
Fair. Greek pizza.
Greek pizza is a unique...
I didn't realize how much of a Greek influence there is on like American food. Because yesterday I done a reaction to hot dogs, and there was a lot of Greek influence on that. I think there was on the hamburger one. There's even a few like bits of Greek influence on that as well. And now pizza. Didn't realize the actual influence that country had on American food.
Pie served in restaurants opened by Greek immigrants in New England, particularly in Boston. It's been an alternative to quick service chains like Pizza Hut and includes a thick, chewy crust with plenty of sauce, cheese, and oregano. Many people who grew up eating this unique pie admit that while Greek pizza may not be the best style out there, it nonetheless hits the spot in a pinch.
Oh, that's some weird ass pizza.
Look, we may be talking about dozens of unique spins on a recipe, but we can all agree that the basic formula for a pizza is tomato sauce spread over dough with a sprinkling of cheese and toppings, right? Not according to pizzerias in Trenton, New Jersey, home to the tomato pie, the city's own take on grabbing a slice. Instead of layering cheeses over tomato, the Trenton pie puts a chunky tomato sauce on top of the cheese,
Hell yeah.
creating a tasty tomato-forward flavor.
I like that.
Trenton tomato pie may even be a bit more authentic than some of the Americanized offerings out there. If authenticity is important when you're putting a hurtin' on an 18-inch with extra cheese, the style has its roots in the pizza served at Joe's Tomato Pies. The eatery was opened in 1910 by Joe Silvestro, an immigrant from Naples, the city that birthed pizza. One of Silvestro's employees opened his own restaurant, Papa's Tomato Pies, that still bakes tomato pies for customers in Trenton.
Damn. Mountain
In
pie.
New York City, pizza lovers pay by the slice. In Colorado, they pay by the pound. Colorado-style
The crusts are like mountains themselves. It's like literally the view you would get in like Denver, just the mountains in the background, and then the actual pizza base is the city.
pizza, also known as Colorado Mountain Pie, which is something food should never be called, originated at Bo Joe's Pizzeria in the 1970s in Idaho Springs, just west of Denver. This decadent spin on the classic food is a doughy delicacy. Although diners can add a number of toppings, what really counts is its crust. Chefs use honey, not sugar, to make the pizza's signature thick, braided crust.
Oh my. I like the sound of that. Honey crust sounds unbelievable. I'm sorry, but I need that.
The Quad Cities, 5 small cities clustered around the Mississippi River in Illinois and Iowa, may be overshadowed by nearby Chicago, but their pizza is worth trying. Quad City-style pizza boasts a spicy tomato sauce and sausage, and is cut into strips instead of square or triangular slices for maximum binging efficiency. Chefs also use malt syrup or molasses to create a sweeter, softer crust.
Tomato pie.
Philadelphia is known for its cheesesteaks, but the city of brotherly love serves up another local offering, tomato pies. They're made of thick dough, a layer of chunky tomato, and a scant dusting of grated cheese. As Philadelphia Magazine described it, tomato pie, our city's cheeseless wonder, can be traced back to thick tomato-topped dough slices made in Sicily that traveled here with waves of Italian immigrants, some of whose bakeries still stand as icons of the craft. And although New Jersey has its own thin-crusted cheese on the bottom version, we like Philly-style tomato pie best, with lots of red
And you can't say there's no cheese even if it's a sprinkle. But you're not even tasting this cheese, so what's the point of it?
gravy, thick and tender crust, and just a sprinkling of Parmesan on top. Philly tomato pie has built generations of loyal fans, who generally eat slices cold or at room temperature. Sometimes cold pizza is better pizza.
I have
Better
so
than
many
hot
questions.
pizza? That's insane. You don't tell me what kind of pizza to like.
I mean, I like cold
New Eng-
pizza. I like cold pizza, but cold tomato pizza? I don't know about
Lynn
that.
boasts many regional specialties, many of them seafood related, like lobster rolls and clam chowder, and whatever mythological ocean serpent gave the Patriots their powers. But there is another regional food associated with New England, beach pizza.
The fuck?
It's a sheet tray pie topped with a sweet tomato sauce, a dusting of grated cheese, and a slice of provolone. You're most likely to find beach pizza in Massachusetts and New Hampshire. The location that's been slinging slices of beach pizza the longest is Tripoli Bakery, whose recipe dates back to 1944.
Right. Red strips.
Rhode Island is home to one of the most unique pizza varieties, red strips, which is lucky because Rhode Island isn't home to much else. Like the name suggests, red strips are rectangular pizza strips of baked dough and tomato sauce. That's right. Red strips are pizza without the cheese.
What?
Don't bother calling the police. They don't care.
Okay, that's $122.50.
I have so many questions.
I don't live here.
The other unique attribute of red strips is they aren't served at pizzerias. Instead, Rhode Islanders find red strips at local bakeries.
What? So you just eat it cold as well? Okay, is that American cheese on pizza?
Pizza comes in all shapes and sizes, but one of the most consistent features is mozzarella, right? Not according to the good people of Altoona, Pennsylvania, about 2 hours east of Pittsburgh. As the Pittsburgh City paper described it, Altoona style is composed of Sicilian-style dough and cut into squares. On top of the dough is a layer of sweet tomato sauce, then some deli-style salami, then a thick green bell pepper ring, and then topped with yellow cheese.
What am I seeing?
Like Velveeta or American. Sounds more like
That is
mozzarella.
crazy.
The pizza's unconventional ingredients have led some to cry foul and insist it
Fair.
isn't pizza at all. But if we've learned nothing else today, it's that in these United States, the definition of pizza is limited only by the chef's creativity and locals' willingness to claim and defend it as their own. So what do you think?
I don't know what's more criminal. Oh, I just pressed that. I don't know what's more criminal, flipping American style cheese on pizza or no cheese on pizza at all. They're both absurd to me, but you know what, people love them. Yeah, you can't knock people. You can't knock it before you try it as well. As a Detroiter, I have to give big ups to whoever named that New York City pizza place Lions and Tigers and Squares. That's just brilliant. As someone from Chicago, deep dish is a once a month pizza, while tavern style is a once a week pizza. When was the last time I had pizza? I had it after like a night out like 2 weeks ago. Before that, I don't think I'd had pizza for a few months. I do like pizza, but it's just like I don't really go out my way to get it, and I don't order like I don't really like Domino's that much. And like, obviously this is like proper like proper places, right? These are the places that I would like, but. Yeah, I don't like order like Domino's or like Papa John's and stuff. I just don't really like takeaway pizza. But these ones I'd be loving to try one day. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you've tried these, let me know how you'd rank them. If you tried this Altoona style one, please let me know how that was. The red strips one as well. I feel like the red strips one is probably something that's quite common. You probably can get that in a lot of places. Just like bread and then like the tomato sauce and then like sort of a bit dry, not dried out, but like not hot. I think that's the thing that you probably would find throughout like different, not cafes, bakeries and stuff, even in the UK to be honest, but I've never tried it before, so I don't know what it tastes like. But that's pretty much it. Hopefully you enjoyed, and until next time, like, subscribe, peace.